Okay, now if this generation for whom reads either the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, or history books now have me on trial, do not those in the history books that you read to to see what makes this a crime, if you got understanding out of the history books that you read, is those people now have you on trial in defense of me, right? If I'm doing what Dr. Martin Luther King did, like he led the civil rights movement from his bondage standpoint, and I'm in court in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, picking up that civil rights movement from my limitations, right? Saying, well, hey, man, you said here in the Civil Rights Act of 1964, led by this civil rights movement led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., that you wasn't going to do this no more. Now, here I am 1 generation later, because I was born 4.5 years after this was penned in the law, right? July 2nd, 1964. That's when this law became a law. Just see, they did it for the significance of being close to their independence. See, they didn't want us to have the same independence as theirs, because they were saying on July 2nd, you became a part of us. On this date, you got your independence. And then on 2 days later, we celebrate our independence as a new nation under a new understanding, right? But it takes time to bring about a change. So if you said you was wrong on July 2nd in 1964, America, then now I have you in court for what you're doing historically wrong, America. And now I have you in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. So you can kill me like you killed Dr. Martin Luther King. But see, the only difference between that civil rights movement and this one is this illegal. See, that one, you could do what you did to him because he was property of yours. See, but what he did is he took them licks so I can sit here like a man. And that's what he was talking about. So little white boys and little black boys and little black girls and little white girls. See, I'm the one he was talking about. See, he wasn't talking about them old people, the elders. He wasn't talking about him, because he realized they couldn't do it. They couldn't go into court like I'm doing and have the love for my people that he had for us. Could you imagine if Dr. Martin Luther King was me, the progress we would have? Because then he would have came out of court, and then he would have put us in an economic position, which he was trying to do. That's why they killed him. See, he was saying the same thing Minister Malcolm X was saying, the same thing Minister Louis Farrakhan saying now. See, that's what what Minister Louis Farrakhan saying is the same thing that Minister Malcolm X was saying, and he and Dr. Martin Luther King. See, after he came back from Mecca and he saw that it was white Muslims who was drinking out of the same cup of brotherhood that he was drinking out of when he made the pilgrimage that all Muslims supposed to make. So how could you be jealous or hateful or envious with a white man that would pass you the cup, right, and you sip it, right? And then you pass the cup to another white man and he sip it, because neither one of y'all ignorant, right? Y'all all listening to the Prophet Muhammad, and he have converted you and you his children, right? Well, I'm saying, well, golly, man, I got 2 children, right? But I got nieces and nephews and cousins. So now, am I supposed to defeat the devil, right, and leave my family? Well, what kind of leader would I be? I mean, would that not be the most selfish thing you could ever do? And then now I'm living in your face while you struggling. But now look at it. I would rather be me than you. See, I would rather be the one that history says is like Dr. Martin Luther King than Reverend Robert Abernathy or Reverend Jesse Jackson or Reverend Al Sharpton. See, I would rather be the one that they gonna say, man, he more resemble Dr. Martin Luther King. Man, he more resemble Mr. Medgar Evers. He most resemble Mr. Huey P. Newton. He most resemble Minister Malcolm X. He most resemble Muhammad Ali. See, that's the people that I admire. See, because they gave up something. See, Muhammad Ali gave up the best years of his life, just like I'm doing, for principle. But the only thing with Muhammad Ali was that he was so angry with his opposer, he then slandered himself in a way. You see what I'm saying? And so now I'm looking at it and I'm saying, see, if I love my wife, then I got to love her history. See, if I now hurt my wife, then then her image is gonna have to forgive my image for eternity. But because she made me love her in the genesis of this relationship, then I'm gonna make it eternal love, because I'm gonna love her through all this. You see what I'm saying? Because I want this to be a true Romeo and Juliet story, but it's gonna be Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. and Benita Elaine Epps Castle, and it's a real love story, you know, that started in high school and never ended. It got stronger and stronger because she chose to love a man that was chose to love the world, and he was looking like Adam, like God told Abraham, is it one? And if it's one, I'll save the world. See, but see, that was Lot, right? In that story of Abraham, for whom violated the prophet. But in my story, it's a woman. See, it's a woman, not no man. See, so now, see, we not coming out of homosexuality like Lot was, right? They saying that's why Sodom and Gomorrah, they had it just like Florida, just like the world, right? Homosexuality, men loving men, women loving women. See, I'm saying y'all fulfilling the scriptures, y'all. But my wife and I, see, we in Genesis 1.